If you're consistently able to acquire new leads, but not able to turn them into actual listings, and you don't have a proven follow-up system in place nor a lead nurturing process in place, in this video, I'll be going through exactly the processes and workflows we use with our clients to be able to get them a 90% booking rate from leads to listing appointments. Now, I'll be walking through the exact steps and frameworks you need to do to be able to achieve the same results. All right, see you there. Hey, and welcome back. So, first of all, I just wanted to explain something really quickly, and that is that you have to filter through the leads that are getting in by their time frame and their intention. So, when you are getting in a lead, you need to first of all figure out when they are looking to sell. If that's within the first 90 days, we have to prioritize them. Now, if they are looking to sell like 3 to 6 months later, or even 6 to 12 months, or even more than that down the line, we have to build systems and processes in place for that as well. The worst thing you can do, the absolute worst thing you can do, is when you're getting in leads, they've shown interest, and you only focus on these ones. And when these guys tell you that they're looking to sell within 3 months or looking to sell within like 8 months, you just put them to the side and just put a little note that you're going to give them a call, right? And to be completely honest with you, it doesn't work like that. And many of you might have this system in place, but for you guys that don't, this is so important. Let me just tell you guys a short little story. I don't know if you guys have heard it, but there is a famous real estate agent, Ryan Serhant. You guys have probably heard of him. He followed up with two people that were initially married like for I think like 2 years, and then they ended up breaking up, unfortunately. But what happened is that both of them were looking for a new home, and since he followed up with them religiously for 2 whole years, I'm not saying you're supposed to do it for 2 years, but for 2 years, he ended up selling them both a home for multiple millions of dollars. So that's just to keep you guys clear of why it's important. So please don't just put them on the side and just give them a call in about 3 months. Just please have systems in place. We have built out systems and processes for all our clients for the 3 to 6 month mark, for 6 to 12 months, and even more, and for the first 90 days, which you have to prioritize. But yeah, now that that's clear, let's go ahead into the video. Now, the first one we're going to go through. So this is the hot sellers pipeline. Just as I mentioned, these are people that are looking to sell within the first 90 days. Okay. So wherever you're getting your leads from, day one, when the lead was captured, you want to call them. That's the first thing you want to do. And ideally, you want to do it within the first 5 minutes, and I'm going to get to that. But you want to call them. If they don't pick up, you want to double dial. Okay. What double dial basically is that you're calling them once, you let it ring for like 10-15 seconds, and then if they didn't pick up, you give them another call. And the reason we do this is not to be spammy at all. It's just because a lot of phones have a function called silent mode. And what silent mode is doing is basically screening all the calls that come in on first attempt and not letting them go through. Okay, so initially it just completely blocks out your call and you don't know this. It's not like you're getting told that this person has on silent mode. You don't know this. So you're calling someone, might not pick up the first time and you think that they don't want to speak with you or they've lost their interest when this might not be the case at all, okay? That's why you want to double dial. So please go ahead and double dial because this will increase the chances of getting an answer, okay? Now, the other thing is timing is everything. Your first contact, if that's either text, email, or call, should be within 5 minutes of receiving the lead, okay? And this makes the contact up to 90% more likely. There was a test done by Hatch where they did this speed to lead test, okay? And they actually proved that it really matters because they went ahead and tested this, and people that called within the first 5 minutes got this amount of contact, right? Speed to lead base. And then the people that went ahead and even just waited 5 minutes, this is not an hour later, this is not 2 days later, this is just 5 minutes later, it ended up decreasing with 900%. Okay, and this is completely true. So, and another cool thing is that 80% of realtors don't reach out within like the first hour or two. Like they might take like 5, 6, 7 hours, or they might even take a day to reach out to their potential leads. And that's when you get those leads that tell you like, I don't know who you are. I don't know why you're reaching out to me. I don't remember doing this. Because the whole point of this is getting in contact when the lead is the most motivated. Just when they saw your ad, just when they got up your information or whatever you're offering, if that's a free lead magnet or if that's a free home valuation, whatever it is, the exact time that they put in their information, that's when they're the most motivated. So if you can get in contact with them at that time, that's when it's most highly likely that they're actually going to convert to a listing appointment and you're going to be able to move forward. Okay. Now that that's understood, please, within the first 5 minutes, okay, the first contact. Then, obviously, this is the process that you want to follow. So, you leave a voicemail, you text and or email them if they haven't answered. So, you want to follow them in the exact steps that we have put. So, you want to call. If they didn't answer, you leave a voicemail, double dial, okay? Leave a voicemail, and then you can either text them or email them, okay? And the reason we use multiple points of contact and not just a single email is because when you reach out to them on at least three different mediums, it increases the chances of them actually going ahead and answer, which is the goal. Okay, we want them to answer. All right. Now, obviously, if you can include things like Facebook Messenger, Instagram, WhatsApp, like other places of contact where you could find these potential leads, it's going to increase the chances of getting an answer because you're coming from basically all different places, right? Now, day one, you want to wait some hours. This is not like three minutes later or like ten minutes later. This is like ideally like if you do this in the morning, you want to do this through like the lunchtime, maybe a little bit after, and then you want to do this in the evening. Okay, so that's the day one protocol. You want to do that for day two as well. It's the same process, but some of them have like you don't text, you don't leave a voicemail, you just call them. Okay, and the reason we're doing it so consistently and so like religiously before like initially in the first 5 days is because that's when the intention is the highest and that's when we want to move forward. So as you can see, there's like 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's like 20 points of contact throughout the first 5 days. So if you think about it, it's going to increase the chances of getting an answer. And now what you do when you get an answer is filter them through another funnel, which I'm going to go through right now, which is this one right here, to be able to ensure that they actually show up and you go to the listing appointment, okay? But for now, this whole process is only for when you haven't gotten an answer. If you are reaching out to someone and on day two they answer you, you put them out of the funnel, out of the system, and you basically don't put them in again because they've answered you and they've either said yes and they said no, right? What if they say no? You basically just put them out, you put them in a different funnel where you might be able to reach out to them in about 12 months time, 6 months time. But other than that, if they say yes, you want to move them forward, okay? This whole process is only for those that don't answer. You keep going day 14, day 30, and then you do it every single month, okay? It is very extreme, and that's because it is. Because when you do extreme things, that's when you get extreme results, okay? Remember that. However, this is the most effectively nurturing process in the world. Yes, in the world, especially for real estate agents, we are so confident in that because we have been able to successfully implement this with a lot of agents and all of the agents, I mean 100% of the agents that we've implemented this with, they've gotten great results, over 85 to 90% show up rates because of this, okay? So please, please, you will get results if you use this system and please give it a try, okay? Now, once you have gotten in contact with them and they have shown interest, what do? You move over to this part. This is the part where the listing appointment gets booked. So, just a quick little reminder, you need to schedule appointments within 2 to 4 days of contacting the lead. Do not schedule them out further. Keep the momentum and get them in quick. Offer them a spot on the same day as possible, right? So if you're calling them, let's say on the morning, 8 a.m., right? And you got in contact with them, if they have the time, ideally you can even say, I'll come by like 5, 6 p.m. Let's go ahead and do it. And if they say yes, perfect. Perfect, perfect. That's guaranteed a 100% show up rate, okay? Now, obviously, not everybody can do it at the same time. Obviously, you have to maybe get your listing presentation set up and some various things. You have to plan some stuff out. So, ideally, maybe 1 to 2 days after, but maximum 4 days. Obviously, if someone is on like vacation or they absolutely can't, then you have to follow their schedule. But other than that, please go ahead and try within the 2 to 4 first days. Now, once they're booked, you want to send them an email and you want to send them a text, which then confirms the date, time, location, and stuff like that. Now, you don't want to send anything more about that after that because you don't want to seem as spammy again. You want to just date before the appointment, you're gonna give them a call. So let's say you have the appointment on Monday, today is Sunday, give them a call. Hey, how's it going, Mr. Prospect? I'm looking forward to our appointment tomorrow. I'll be there by this time. All right? Get that done. If they didn't pick up, obviously double dial this one again. If they didn't pick up, they didn't get in contact. Leave them a text and a voicemail. Okay? And then after that, 1 hour before, do the same thing. Okay, this could be either if you have set up phone call consultations, or if you just do straight listing appointments, which we recommend, where you just get the address and location of the potential prospect, the potential lead, and go ahead to their house and go take it from there. That's what we recommend because almost 100% of the time they will be home by that time they have told you to come over. So it will increase the chances of you being able to close the deal as well. Now, sometimes it's inevitable that this will happen. It's inevitable that some people won't show, won't answer you, and will cancel. It just happens, okay? It's business, whatever field you're in, it's going to happen, okay? Now, if it is a no-show or a cancellation, this is the process that you want to do, okay? And just one thing, just to like tell you guys one thing. When should you actually stop following up, okay? You stop following up when they say stop following up. When they've said no, when they've said I'm not interested, when they've said stop following up, that's when you stop. Please don't stop sooner, okay? No sooner, no later. Just because they ignored your text or voicemail doesn't mean they hate you and doesn't mean they don't want to speak with you. You aren't spamming, you are just following up with what they genuinely signed up for. Keep in mind, they are the ones that put in their information, they are the ones that show an interest. You didn't call them first. You didn't tell them, hey, listen, I'm going to come to your home. You just provided something of value. They showed interest and they want to speak with you. So please keep that in mind. Don't get these negative beliefs around following up. It's the most important thing in business, especially for services like real estate. Now, keep in mind that people are super busy, okay? Life almost always gets in the way, okay? But they provided their information and became a lead for a reason. So keep reaching out until the prospect tells you they are no longer interested in your offer. Okay, just remember that. Now, let's get to it. So if they no show or they cancel, so this process should be repeated for no shows without fail. They booked an appointment with you for a reason. If they are not interested, they will let you know. Same process, okay? And this is a little bit of the process that we did here as well. So it's a little bit of the same process. Now, we don't recommend doing these same things because it's a different type of framework. But again, I'll just go through it really quickly. So just as the reason for why we follow up and the reason for why they became a lead in the first place is because they were interested, okay? And even better if they actually went ahead and booked a listing appointment because that just shows that they're even more interested. So this is when you got to double down on your follow-ups, even when you're doing already like double down. So you want to double down them even more. Now, so what you want to do, so day one, when the lead is captured, text or email them, okay? This is the day one when they initially didn't show up. You were supposed to speak with them, and the same day you want to do this, ideally like 30, 15 minutes after the time, okay? Call, double dial, text again, day two. So this is not as extreme as the first one, but again, by day two, you kind of want to make it a little bit more extreme. The first day you don't want to because maybe, just maybe, you don't know initially what happened. Could have been a tragedy. Unfortunately, something could have happened that enable them to not being able to show up. Sorry. So please just keep that in mind and don't be going crazy the first day. But other than that, after that, you can start cranking down. Okay. It's a little bit of the same process. And again, you want to do this every single 30 days. So once you've gone through this whole process of all the different days, do it every single 30 days religiously, please. Okay. And I guarantee you, if you put in these systems in place, and you actually do this, like you actually put in a system in place to be able to do this, there's literally nothing stopping you from getting 95% show up rates. Like literally from the leads you're getting in to be able to convert them into actual appointments and then being able to convert them to listings, there's nothing stopping you. From the first process of initially getting lead to appointment booked, that's the main stage where a lot of realtors face issues because a lot of realtors might have the side of being able to sign the contract and being good at sales and being able to actually go further after that and closing the deal. But actually working and getting this in the first place is the most important part. Now, here are some more things that you have to keep in mind, okay? Just as a reminder. Between work, family, and their mortgage, people forget about everything. Doctor's appointments, taxes, even their in-laws, okay? So by following up, you are communicating that you are a real, genuine person. By following up on a message, you reinforce why they signed up in the first place. This is really important. Why? Okay? And by following up, you're connecting the dots between their goals and their solution. So you obviously know that they have shown interest, they want to sell their home, and they have a reason for it. They have a genuine reason for it. And that's essentially why we don't mix up the people that are looking to sell within the 6 months and 12 months, because they don't have the same like motivation and desire to move out as fast as the ones within the first 90 days. So by following up with them as religiously and as extreme that you're doing here, you're just going to throw them off and they won't want to speak to you ever again. So that's why we have different softwares in place and processes. Now, if you aren't genuine with your follow-ups, your potential customers will know and go elsewhere. When you follow up consistently with an honest desire to connect with real life people, they will notice and they are appreciative. Now, by following up, you are expressing the confidence you have in your ability to fix their problem, and by fixing that, you can alleviate their pains and move them towards their goal, which is selling their home for the highest amount of price that they initially can get. Now, okay, so that's the whole system. It's not that difficult to have in place. If you yourself can do it, that would be best. If you yourself can't do it, you can always have a team member doing it for you. It shouldn't be a problem. And as mentioned, I will be creating videos in regards to this process as well as the 6 to 12 or plus months process, okay? Now, just before I end this video, I just wanted to let you guys know if you want to implement this yourself, and you can obviously go ahead and walk through this video and do something like this, build out something like this and keep reminders for yourself. But if you don't want to implement it yourself and you still want like 95% show up rate for all your leads, you can go ahead and book a call with me through the description below, and I'll go ahead personally and implement all our systems done for you, okay? Within like 10-15 minutes, we'll hop on a call, implement these for you, explain exactly how you do it, so you can go ahead and ask me some questions as well in regards to if there's any confusion. And then other than that, I'll implement this system, this whole system that I went through, as well as the active movers track, as well as the long game nurture plan. You'll be getting all of these systems within just 50 minutes of a quick conversation with me. Now, other than that, I hope you have a great day, and remember, please stay consistent.